Learn how to import and organize photos in Lightroom. This is Lightroom for completely beginners, a series of classes where you will learn how to professionally edit your photos in Lightroom 2024 to start making more money with portraits or charge more for your services. If you are new here, I'm Silvia, specialist in the magazine style of maternity photography. My goal is to help you improve your retouching skills for you to make more money with photos. Now, let's get into the video. Before we dive in how to import and organize your photos, I want you to understand the concept of workflow. As a professional photographer that you are, you need to create a post-production process to optimize your time. Having a workflow means that you know everything step by step of what you're going to do in this post-production section, from getting the photos from your camera to creating your final work. Today I'm going to show you the first process of the working flow, which is importing the photos from the memory card and organizing them in Lightroom. We are in the library tab. This is the tab where we are going to be importing the photo. So I'm just gonna insert my memory card here. Now what we need to do is click this option here, import, and automatically Lightroom will recognize that you have SIM card or memory card in your computer. So right now, when I click here and go to the folder where the photos are, I'm gonna have all the photos that I took from the photo shoots here. You can select all the photos. If you go here, you can do check all. If you don't wanna select and import all the photos, you can uncheck all as well. And just by clicking the photos, you can select the ones that you want to import. I'm gonna be selecting just a few photos because I just wanna show you the process of how it works, but you can select all the photos there. So I'm gonna choose a few photos here to select. Let's say that this is every photo that I have in my SIM card, and I'm gonna click check. On our left, we have the source here, that it means where you're importing the photos from. In our case here, we are importing from the memory card, the SIM card. If we go on top here, we have a few different options that we can select. All my photos are in the raw version. If I choose to copy as DNG, it just means that it's a different file format from the one that it comes from the camera. And I like this one because my photos are still gonna be in RAW. It's gonna have the same quality as the format that of the photos that I took in the camera. However, the size of the file is gonna be smaller. So I do really like to use crop as DNG. But I can also select the option copy, where the photos are gonna come exactly how they are in the format that they are. Everything how they are, the size and everything how it is in the way that you took from the camera. Nothing's gonna change. I do like to use this first option because the quality is the same. The file is really good. The only difference that I see is that I have a smaller size of file, so I have more space still on my laptop. You're just saving space on your computer. Now, going to the right, we have many tabs as well. We have the file handling, and here we have this option of build previews. When you are importing photos to your Lightroom, Lightroom is not actually creating a file and keeping with the program. What it does actually is that you're gonna create a space on your computer where all of your photos are gonna be there. And this is in the destination tab here that we are gonna set up. However, what Lightroom is going to do is like build preview of the photo that it's in the specific place where you put the photo. So Lightroom is pretty much reading everything that's in that folder and showing to you a fake version of the photo, if that makes sense. It's not necessarily the photo that it's in the folder. It's just a mirror of that photo. It's just like a preview of the photo. Then you have a few options of previews that you can see. You can ask Lightroom to use the minimal preview, you're just gonna create a smaller size of the preview of the photo. And we have a few other options here. The one that I use is the standard. Standard is like a pretty much regular size of a photo that I can see on the computer. 1:1 means that the size of your photo, your actual photo, Lightroom is gonna create at the same size of the photo. For this, just select the standard. Just trust me, select the standard. Depending on what you select here, it might take longer to Lightroom to process the photo. So if you're choosing the option minimal, that's the smaller size, Lightroom is gonna be faster because it doesn't need much to create the preview. If you're selecting the 1:1, it's gonna take a little bit longer for Lightroom to create the preview for you. But this is not as important. I would just use a standard. Also select Build Smart Preview. Don't import suspected duplicate images. So if you already imported one image, Lightroom will not let you to import it again because it's already imported to Lightroom. You can make a second copy. This is kind of like a backup copy of the photos that you are importing from the memory card. I do not use that, but it's important for you to have a backup. You can click here and choose where you want to save your backup. I'm not going to select anything. You can also add this to collection. This part of the collection is more about the organization part that we are going to do it after. I do not like to use any of that, at least not right now that I'm importing the photo. So now let's go to file renaming. This is an opportunity that you have to rename your files. I do like to rename my files, but I like to do this part after. But if you want to rename your photos right now, you can, for example, use a custom name. You can just name the name of your client. So let's say that's Joanna. And all of your photos will be renamed Joanna. Now going to apply during import. I never use any of this, but this option here is, for example, let's say that you have created a preset. Preset is something that you have done, for example, in your photo, some tweaks, some adjustments of color, of lighting, and you have saved these settings of adjustments that you have done. That's what we call preset. You can just apply the preset already right now. So every photo that you will import will have already the preset on the photo. And now destination. This is really important because it is for you to choose the place where you're going to be saving the photos that you were importing from your memory card. So I'm gonna select desktop. This is where I wanna save my photos. And another thing that I wanna do is that I don't want my photos to be loose in the desktop area. I wanted the photos to be inside of a folder. So I'm selecting that it is gonna be in the desktop, and I'm also gonna click this option here into subfolder. So it means that it's going to create a folder in the desktop, and inside of this folder, my photos are going to be saved. And here I'm gonna do Joanna, like the name of the client, for example. And now I'm gonna click import. So you can see here on the left that Lightroom is processing, is creating that preview that I was talking to you before. And the preview that we have created is the standard preview. So if I click in a photo here, I can see all the photos normal. However, if I try to zoom in the photo and make the size of how the photo actually is Lightroom is gonna take a little bit more time to create this size of the photo because it is a bigger preview that I need now to see the photo. So if I try to zoom in, my Lightroom is actually very fast right now, but sometimes you are gonna see like a loading bar just spinning in the middle of the photo, or the photo is gonna be a little bit blurred. With a minute or so, your photo is gonna be all good to go. All right, so we have imported our photos. If I click here, I go back to the thumbnail. Now we are going to organize the photos. And there are two ways that you can organize the photos. On our left here, we have the option of folder and the collection. This is how we are going to organize our photos. This folder tab in Lightroom will only show you the folders that you have in your computer where you have imported some kind of photos. Because I have imported these photos and I have created a folder in my desktop with the name Joanna, I can see here desktop and I can see the folder Joanna. And this is very simple and easy to use and to navigate. But the other way that I was talking about is creating collection. What you can do is, for example, you can select all the photos and you can click here to create a collection. We are going to select create collection and I'm going to give the name of Joanna again. I'm going to click the option include selected photos because every photo that I selected I wanted to include in this collection Joanna. So I'm going to create the collection. And right now it's very easy for you to see the collection. So let's say that you have many photos that you have imported to your Lightroom. You can just create your collection for each client. And now in the collection, you can easily just click in the client's name and see the photos. Another way that I can use collections, for example, is let's say that I want to create a collection that it's only couples. So I can select the photos here where I have couples. And I can go here to collection, create collection, and I can write Joanna, couple, include selected photos. I'm gonna hit create. And now I have created a collection where I can see the photos of only the couples. So I have now the collection Joanna that is with all the photos from the photo shoot. And I also have the Joanna couple where I'm only being able to see the photos that I selected that it's with the couple. Because of my workflow and the work that I do, I don't need to create like many collections, and that's why folder would just be perfect for me because I have folder for clients and what I want to work is with each client. So for each client that I have, I just create a new folder and I can easily navigate through here. But let's say that you do many kinds of photography and you like your Lightroom to be a little bit more organized with the kind of photography that you do. So let's say that you do events or weddings, that you take photos of couples and that you take photos of babies. You can create smart collections as well. So for example, you can come here, let me select some photos. Let's say that this is maternity photography and I'm selecting only the photos that are my maternity photography photos. So you're gonna click here and you're not gonna create a smart collection, it's a collection set. So I'm gonna click here and I'm going to choose maternity. So I have created a folder that it's just for maternity. Now I'm gonna create a collection. So I'm gonna write the name of the client, for example, Joanna 2, because I already have a Joanna here. I wanted to put this inside of a collection. So I'm gonna select the maternity and I want to include the selected photos and I'm gonna hit create. Now inside of my maternity folder here, I have another folder that is Joanna. And if I click here, I will only see the maternity photos of Joanna. And let's say that I want to create a different one for couples. So I'm gonna click here, I'm gonna create collection set, I'm gonna name couples, and I'm gonna hit create. Now I'm gonna select the photos that I have that are from couples. And I am going to click here, create collection, and I'm gonna do Joanna couples photos. And then we are gonna put this inside of couples, include selected photos, and I'm gonna hit create. And right there, you have inside of couples, you have Joanna's couples photo. And now let's say that you have weddings. So you can come here, create collection set, and you can type weddings. Now I'm gonna put anything inside and create. And now we have couples, maternity, and weddings right here. So you can organize your photos like that. To delete the folders, you just go and click in the folder that you wanted to delete. I'm gonna delete this collection set. I'm gonna right click with the mouse and I'm gonna hit delete. So I'm gonna delete the couples one because delete. I'm gonna delete the maternity because I do not like to have the selections, but this is how you can actually organize your photos. For me, I just like to navigate through folders, so I'm gonna delete all of that. And now, for example, it's showing a bunch of photos that I have imported to Lightroom, but let's say that I just wanna see the Joanna's folder. So I go to my folder, I go to where I saved the photo, so it was on desktop, and the name of the folder was Joanna, and now I can see the photos that we have just imported. Now you know how to import and organize your photos, which is the first step in our workflow. Click the like button if this video was helpful for you. Stay tuned for the next lessons of this course because by the end of it, you will have photos that stand out more, and that is good if you are trying to attract more clients and make more money. Also, subscribe to my channel if you're already not subscribed yet. New videos come out every week. For now, this is everything. I will see you next time.